I just saw The Predator. I haven't spent 2 hours alone with The Predator since Boy Scout camp back in '07. Everyone had finished tying their knots early, but it was just me and him and the. Yeah, I'm kidding. That didn't happen to me. But it did happen to a lot of boys. So check on your Eagle Scout friends. I don't know if they're okay. Not just because they're Eagle Scouts, and that's kind of a weird thing to want to be, but also because bad stuff happened to Boy Scouts. So much so that Boy Scouts had to like rebrand it to the Scouts of America, which is odd because if your biggest allegation is molestation, maybe you shouldn't be more inclusive. Maybe you should just shut down and go away forever. I mean, who wants to watch a grown man in green pants and a tan shirt and a handkerchief walk around like he's a big deal trying to sell you overpriced popcorn outside of your grocery store? Who wanted to see that? I didn't, but I was in it for about 10 years and then I left. Then I became a better person. Welcome to my review of Predator Badlands. That was like a Predator segue because Predators, Boy Scouts, the movie Predators. I don't know. You're here. Also, most of you don't stay for more than a minute and a half, which does kind of hurt my feelings. But more importantly, I want you to know I do my best work between 2 to 5 minutes. Ask your ex-girlfriend. The first 2 minutes, I'm filling it out. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this. 2 to 5, I'm in my pocket. By the fifth minute, I'm drenched in sweat. I'm just there because I gotta be, Can't go home right after, you gotta pretend like you want to stick around. I'm kidding. Don't do any of this. Be very respectful to people, and use your physical abilities for good and all those things, and eat your vegetables. Speaking of vegetables, I haven't had a vegetable in about 2 days. Oh no, Whataburger has some onions on their burger, so I covered that. Let's talk about Predator Badlands. This is my description of the movie and my subsequent review. You can like, subscribe, share. You can do none of that. You can go away. I really do care, but I'll pretend I don't. After being disowned by his clan, an underdeveloped alien hunter travels to a deadly planet to kill an unconquerable beast. He must adopt new techniques and evolve his hunting philosophy to ensure his survival and prove he's worthy of his clan's respect. Along the way, he reluctantly forms a trio alongside an unassuming extraterrestrial creature and synthetic humanoid played by Elle Fanning. L LL? LL Cool J is hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care who you tell. I excel, they are fell. To rock the bells. Rock the Bells is an LL Cool J song. LL Cool J is like really underrated as a rapper. Like he was the first solo rap superstar. But one thing I don't like about him is that he has this song called I'm Bad, which is very good. But there's a lyric in there where he's like, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. No, I don't think I will eat Cool J cookies, LL. Okay? I don't think I will. But what I will do is continue my review. This is a decent action adventure movie with effective world building, intriguing creatures, and a serviceable plot. For what may be the first time in the franchise's history, the Predator is humanized so much so that the creature's eyes and fangs convey emotions, which offer an opportunity for the killer to become sympathetic to the audience, or for the audience to become sympathetic to the. You get what I'm trying to say. I write for a living, but I don't try when I do this. Disney now owns the character, so the story has become a bit formulaic, including Disney's most obvious touches, which is that cute little cozy creature that you always see in a Disney movie. And then that supporting character that's just a little bit too comedic. Everything's funny to them, or everything is like supposed to be funny to you. But overall, this is a solid entry in a very inconsistent franchise that seems to be on the upswing. I didn't write the last half of that. I wrote something similar, but I got lazy and I got unsure of myself, so I just spitballed it there. Spitballed it? Is that what it's called? Spitballed it? Spitballed it. I don't know. All right. So this movie is pretty good. I don't love it. Don't hate it, obviously. I said it was good. But my biggest thing that I like about this movie is the creature design. The Predator looks cool. He's not too big because he's the run of the litter. And that serves a plot point because his father is basically unimpressed with him and his whole clan is unimpressed with him. So much so he needs to go on this like suicide mission to prove his worth to his family. In the middle of that conflict, there's also some internal family drama happening that is pretty intense, actually. So this movie has some emotional surprises because you don't really expect to learn anything about the Predator that would make you feel hurt on their behalf. Like to understand the emotional motive of a Predator is something I never thought I'd say. But this one is unique. Like this Predator isn't just hunting because of pride. Yes, pride is certainly a factor, but he feels like he must honor something or someone on his quest to kill this unconquerable beast. And another thing I enjoy about this movie is that Elle Fanning is wonderful. I don't really know if I've seen her in movies before. She's Dakota Fanning's little sister. They're both from Conyers, Georgia, which is so cool because Conyers is not known for a lot. I have a friend in Conyers. What up? But there's not much out there, so that's cool. Shout out to Conyers, Georgia. Shout out to you if you're watching. Conyers, if you're watching, hello. Okay. So Elle Fanning plays one character that is trying to assist the predator, the other character that is trying to hinder the predator, and each of these characters have two different personalities. They're both synthetic, humanoid, android things. And it's just very entertaining to watch her be like super giggly, curious, humorous, and kind. And then on the other hand, she's stoic, unamused, psychopathic, kind of like, it's just cool. There's just this huge contrast in the performance, and I always appreciate when an actor can do that, not only in their career obviously, but in the same movie. And then another thing I really enjoy is the creature designs. There are some intriguing creatures here, and everything in the world seems to be thought of. Like the grass has a super hyper aggressive killer element to it. It's like made of glass in some areas, so the grass will cut you to shreds. There are like obviously a bunch of like flying bird dinosaur creatures. I don't know what you call a flying dinosaur. You call them a Toronto Raptor because get it because they fly on like charter jets to the games. Maybe I shouldn't have made that joke. But yeah, you have those there. You also have big beast monstrosity looking things. You have a bunch of different things to be entertained by. Every time there's a new area, you learn about a new creature, and the predator evolves his hunting technique to kind of include these creatures to help him accomplish his goal, which is good because the predator normally uses his tech and his tech only. He's not one to depend on outside factors. But in this one, he has to switch up his approach a bit because he's really in dire circumstances at times. I don't really like how there are some lulls in the story. I do feel like there are times where it's like, okay, this is starting to feel a little bit too sentimental and I'm not sure it's working for me. Therefore, I'd like if we sped it up a little bit. Pardon me, but those moments are, they're not too abundant. It's just they are noticeable at times. And as much as I like some of the action, especially earlier on, I do feel like there are times where the action is almost a little bit too nimble, almost a little bit too humanoid. Like, the predator is not fist fighting per se, but he's using blades in close quarter combat. And that's cool. I do believe the creature has done that in the past and would do that. Not against that. It's just that it's like, oh, these are stunt guys fighting right now, and I don't love that feeling in a Predator movie. I kind of want the action to be a little bit choppier. Like the Batman the Animated Series has like choppy combat, like just the way Batman fights in that. It's kind of it's not as smooth. It's not as butter like as like a John Wick, obviously. So I want some of that with my Predator action. I don't want cool choreography, which there is some in this. And then another issue I have with the movie is that it does feel a little bit long. Like I said, those lulls exist, but it also feels like they're almost three possible endings. Like it starts to feel like, oh, this is the resolution. No, there's one more thing. And the last thing they show is very intriguing and it's promising something stellar for the Predator's future. But I do feel like, you could have wrapped this movie up maybe 15 minutes early, just make it more action packed and keep some of these emotional moments, but not overdo it. But this movie is solid. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Definitely interested to see what comes next because I think that would be better, just given where the plot is angled. But yeah, this is solid. Go see it. Maybe not. Maybe watch it on streaming. Like if you're not a huge Predator fan, obviously there's no incentive to go see it in theaters. But I do think this is a cool watch at home on like a Friday night. You're staying in, it's a little chilly outside, and you're just like, I got 2 hours to kill. I'll watch an alien do badass shit and be entertained by it. Thank you.